Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another exploration, and this is part of the series of videos I'm making about parks. Yes, parks. I've come to another park. Now, today, the lovely Julia has had a bit of a time out. As you know, she's pregnant, so she's having a rest. Instead, somebody who's not pregnant is the lovely Richard Suggett. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard, and hello, everyone else.
Richard, you may remember, is from the Veg Grower podcast. We'll put the link in the description. He also does his own YouTubes. So, and he lives where we are. Where are we?
We're in Littlehampton.
Littlehampton on the south coast.
Right on the south coast, right on the beach, literally.
Yes, and so we're in another park. So, Richard, as the aeroplanes are flying overhead, what park are we in?
We're in Mewsbrook Park.
Mewsbrook Park. Hope you can hear that. Obviously, there's a little aerodrome nearby, presumably.
I think the closest one would be either Shoreham or Fontwell.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
So,
well, we're filming on a Sunday, so everybody's out doing their leisurely things, including flying aeroplanes. So we're standing on this little, what would you call it, projected jetty or something?
yeah, it's like a viewing platform.
Yeah, and so behind us is a terrific pond,
Lake.
Boating lake.
Boating lake, it's
So
called.
this park, it looks to me, compared to the other parks that we've looked at recently, quite a modern park. It's very nice and neat and well manicured.
Yes, this was built in the 1930s, which I think a lot of this area was built up in the 1930s.
Including your house.
Including my house, yes.
Yeah, and you're only a stone's throw
Stone's
away.
throw away.
Absolutely. So
So
what sort of things can we find in this park we'll go and have a look at in a minute?
Well, obviously we have the boating lake, as we've mentioned,
Yeah.
which is used for boating, as the name suggests, but also a wildlife haven.
Right.
Swans, ducks, and various other
Things. You've got a strange looking building over there.
Yes, there's Art Deco shelters. I liken them to bus shelters. But
And they're actually original, but they look
Yeah.
like they've been looked after.
yeah,
Picnic area, I can see.
Picnic.
Children's play area. And habitat for wildlife and what have you. Shall we go and have a wander around?
let's do it.
Let's go that way. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
Richard's taken me to a bus shelter. Well, not the bus shelter, it's more of a sun shelter, I suppose,
yeah.
isn't it? And just having a look round here, Richard, just the first thing is the windows. They look very nice. They haven't got glass in them now, but do you think they might have once had glass in?
I reckon so.
Because actually, you know, when you look at the edge, it looks like you could have pushed a piece of glass up there with a bit of putty.
Absolutely, yeah, I think it would have done. I mean, why they're not there now? Perhaps vandals, and they decided it wasn't cost effective to keep the glass.
No, exactly.
Who knows? But I reckon they did.
You can imagine, though, in the 1920s, 30s, this is
30s,
1939, I think you said.
Yes.
So that's 80 years ago this was erected. And these are the original ones made out of concrete,
Yeah.
shaped concrete here. In a, what shape would you describe this?
We've described bean shaped
Like
as
a bean, yeah.
Yeah, the footprint is anyway.
So you can imagine in the 30s, the ladies and the gentlemen sitting in here, you know, on a hot day, wanting to get out of the sun. Very nice, sitting here having a little chin wag.
Yeah, probably
The ladies would have done.
they would have done a glass of wine or whatever
Yes.
they had back then.
Or, you know, the lovers coming in here
Yes.
when it's empty, having a little canoodle,
Yes.
which would be very nice. With the seating here, if this is the original, these sort of metal, very bring your own cushion, really.
Yeah, we don't know if they're original, of course,
No.
but
It adds to something. It's a shame that concrete is exposed on the ground, but it looks at one time it was painted, and I think
Definitely.
that must have been a bit more.
definitely.
So, but Richard, let's sit down, because when you sit down, I'll sit this side of you. Yeah. There is one little anomaly that I think is a bit of a design flaw.
Yes.
Apart from sitting where we are, right in front of the opening of the doorway, if you're sitting anywhere else, your view is somewhat hampered. The windows are too high.
Slightly too high, yes. So just another 6 inches down.
But maybe the aesthetic would be wrong if that was the case from the outside.
Possibly.
But yeah, if you're looking out the window, you just can't. It actually skims the lake. You do get a view north and south, I suppose.
Yes. Yes.
But you're probably in here doing something else.
Who knows? Who knows?
Which Mr. Suggett and I will not be doing.
No, absolutely not.
So, but yeah, how lovely.
I've got to say, I'm amazed how good condition these buildings are, though, aren't they?
Well, it's lasted 80 years, hasn't
Yeah.
it? And very simple in design, but very pleasant to have peppered about. Do you know how many there are?
I think there's at least 3, maybe
right.
4.
I think what's really interesting, Richard, is there's wide paths here.
Yes.
So that makes it very accessible for bicycles, wheelchairs, bringing maybe elderly relations out to a park so that they can see stuff.
And pushchairs. There's been a lot of parents pushing their childs around in the pushchairs.
Well, Richard, we've got a little ride on the train.
Yeah.
This is the Littlehampton Miniature Railway,
It is, yes.
and it runs from this park into the other park.
The other park,
Do you know
yes.
what that's
I
called?
think it's called Norfolk Park, if my
Norfolk
memory
Park.
reminds me.
Oh, yeah, and everybody is waving at us.
Ride of the
Cheerio! Nice to see you. And yeah, what a lovely little thing to get on. And away we go, Richard.
Yes.
We found out some information about the railway here, haven't we?
We did. Can we remember it? Always a quick question.
Well, I know that it's just a little bit younger by 10 years to the actual park itself. It's been here for what, 70 odd years?
Yes, 1948.
Wow. And it's obviously narrow gauge. I don't know what the size thing is. I'm sure it's all on the Littlehampton Miniature Railway website.
Yes, I believe it's the narrowest gauge railway in the UK, if I remember correctly.
And we also know that the engine has been built by the chief engineer himself, who's what, only 23?
22.
22?
22 years old.
Well, how about that?
And he was also saying they've got a steam train coming soon as well.
Oh, have they? I missed that bit.
No, there's a steam train coming there.
Oh.
It's coming out of the shed fairly soon by all accounts.
Fantastic. Well, this is very, very lovely and picturesque. We're going through this wooded area before I guess we come out into the bright sunlight of the other park.
Yes.
What's that large building that we're passing on our left, Richard?
Oh, that is the new swimming pool.
Oh, right. A
It's
new one.
New one, only been opened about a year, if I remember correctly. And it replaced the old one that got demolished since then.
So lots of amenities in Littlehampton, and of course that's not the only park, is there? You were telling me before that there are a number of other parks.
There's several, small, big, various sizes. There's quite a lot in Littlehampton that I didn't realise until I moved here. So it's worth coming along.
Yeah, definitely.
We've had setbacks.
Oh, there we are. Have a sit down.
Lovely.
Well, that was lovely to go on the train.
Yes, how lucky were we there?
We were very lucky. We just happened to go past and they said, oh, making a video, you can come on our train, have a bit of publicity. So that was very nice. We have our friendly aeroplane going back as we have our final thoughts, really.
Yeah.
Sitting here by the wonderful pond. Now, there's a board just up there that gave us a little bit of extra history, which we hadn't talked about.
No, apparently this was marshland in the 1930s before they built the pond.
Well, what a brilliant thing to take marshland and then make it into a nice, beautiful park that people can enjoy.
Yes, yeah, and one of the estuaries for the Rife as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Down into the So the water there is brackish, is it?
Brackish, apparently so.
Combination of fresh water and seawater.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Well, we're coming to the end of the little series on parks. This is the last one. I'm sure that you've got a park, and we would love to hear about your park and any comments about parks in general. But just to really recap, I suppose we've looked at how prior to the Georgian period, parks were very much for the lords and ladies. Perhaps they would keep deer, they would go hunting and all of that. In the Georgian period, people were perambulating and showing off, dressing up flamboyantly. And then during the Victorian period, they became much more enclosed and were open to the public, really. And you could be rubbing shoulders with the lords and paupers alike. And now in the modern era, here we have a very clean, very manicured park, very beautiful, but more essential, I think.
Yes, I agree totally.
You've got modernisation, urbanisation, sprawl, and these open spaces really are havens.
Yeah, for wildlife and also ourselves. The gardens are getting smaller and smaller, we're getting more and more packed in. It's just an open space, and there's probably a park nearer everybody. You can just come down and get a bit of open space. I think it's very important.
And what with all the different species of flowers, and as you say, people no longer, loads of people don't have the gardens that they once had, and don't really get experience of flowers very much, or species of trees. And this is a great place to be able to look at stuff, even if it's a simple box hedge to a fuchsia or buddleia or any of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. And even just sitting on the grass and having a picnic or something.
Yeah, gets you out. You may have only just walked 100 yards, but you're out in a different environment. So parks, very much part of our landscape, our heritage and our nature. Thank you, Richard, for bringing me to this one.
Thank you for having me.
It's been very good. That was my phone pinging. But I'll be out and about on another exploration, on another video somewhere, somewhen. So don't forget to follow, like and subscribe. Tell us what you think by leaving a comment. And of course, you can become a patron and support what we do on this channel. But for now, thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.